Hey, we're going to be talking about how to optimize your recruiting process because we're about to get in the prime of recruiting. June 1, the dead period ends and the floodgates open. Fun fact, did you know 484,000 student athletes in high school played baseball this past year? I should say 2019 because 2020 was obviously a different year. So 2019, that's the latest numbers we have, okay? 484,000. And did you know, roughly, give or take, a single scout from a single university will see about 4,000 to 6,000 student athletes in a summer, fall, or year. Okay? And that's generous. Some will definitely be lower than that. Okay? So if you do the math, that is about 1 to 1.5%. Okay? So 98 to 99% of student athletes in high school will not be seen by a particular school unless, okay, you do these things that we're going to be talking about today to make sure you are optimizing, again, your recruiting process and you are being proactive during this. This will give you the best chance to play at the next level. All right, hey, let's get into it. If you get anything from this video, please select that like, that thumbs up button, and subscribe. I put out a weekly video on recruiting, on how to improve ourselves on and off the field, and fun stories of recruits going through the recruiting process that can help you. All right, let's get into it. So as some of you may know, I talk to these college coaches on a weekly basis, and I was a college scout and recruiter, and I have 11 years of experience at the Division I level. So this is coming from a scouter's view, a scouter's lens, and hearing it from the current scouts that are out there right now. And I'm going to pass this on to you. That's the reason for this video of what they want, what you should be doing. And for anybody that has a mindset of like, hey, let's just let it play out. If somebody finds me or somebody will find me if I'm meant to play at the next level. And I get that perspective. I even had some of that perspective until I changed it in my recruiting process when I was in high school and I started being proactive, okay, to give myself the best chance. Because again, I hear a lot from this, whether it's talking to parents and student athletes, is like, hey, somebody will just find me, okay? If I'm good enough, they will just find me. That is true to an extent. Okay, and let me tell you who that's true for. Like the elite athletes, the guys that are throwing 90 plus, okay, that are hitting a bunch of home runs. Yes, those guys are going to get found. Okay, it's just that's the way it is. But for athletes that were like me, that were, hey, pretty good, but I'm not hitting 12 home runs in a year, and I'm not throwing 92 miles an hour off the mound. Okay, I'm a pretty good athlete, but I need help getting exposed. Help yourself. Okay, do not count on your high school coaches and or your summer coaches. There are some great ones out there, no doubt about it, but there's also some that frankly are just lazy. I'm going to be honest with you, okay? There are lazy people out there, and then there are non-lazy people, okay? But give yourself the best chance. Bet on you doing this work, okay? Now, you need to get help. I'm not saying doing it all on your own. Get help, but don't just sit back and again, think that somebody's just going to find you and you're going to be part of that 1%, okay? Or that you're just expecting somebody else to do it. No, you need to be proactive during this process, okay? All right, I just rambled a bunch right here. Let's get into more details about what you need to be doing right now. So you may ask, why are these coaches only seeing 1 to 2% of these high school athletes? One, that is the obvious, is just there's so many of these high school student athletes. 484,000 is a lot of student athletes, but also they can't be everywhere, okay? So you need to go to them. How you can go to them is physically go to them, okay? Go to their camps or go to a showcase they're gonna be at, or send them your video. But let's back up a little bit, okay? You need to start having target schools. And before you start having these target schools, you need to also understand, you and your parents need to understand, not everybody's going to want you. And that's okay, okay? It's very important that we kind of check our ego at the door and be ready for some declines or saying like, hey, we're not interested, or hey, we're done with our recruiting class, or just not getting a response at all. okay, you need to understand that's part of it, okay? You're going to be turned away from some of these schools or a lot of these schools, okay? You only need one, and it needs to be a good fit, right? It's important that you find a good fit, okay, going through and looking at these schools, okay? So have somebody help you with this. Have somebody with experience help you with this, whether it's me, it doesn't have to be me, but somebody that knows what they're doing, okay? And finding a good fit for you, because it's very important. 4 years of your life is going to be at this university. And I can attest now, I've heard it said a bunch, that it's some of your best years of your life. And I am about to be 35, okay? And it is definitely some of my best 4 years that I've had. So saying with all of that is you need to cast a wide net. You need to have 30 to 40 to 50 schools that you're going to target. Yes, that's a lot of schools, okay? But hey, again, cast that wide net, and that net's going to come in, okay, as we go through this recruiting process. That's why we start sophomore year. And if you're a junior watching this, it's okay. Okay, let's just get the ball rolling right now. So 30 to 40 to 50 schools. Again, and we'll adjust that as we go through this recruiting process, and that will narrow as we go. And then, okay, you need to understand what are reach schools, what are target schools, and what are safe schools, okay? So start with a school list and start doing that right now. Next thing is you want to have your summer schedule together, because we're going to be sending this out. That's very easy, okay? Just so put that there. And then you're going to want to have a recruiting video. These coaches recruit off of video, especially if they're not in your town, okay? Which many of the schools that you may be looking at might be 3, 4 plus hours away, okay? They're not just going to hop right over and see you. They want to see you live with your video, and you want to make sure that you have a good recruiting video. This is so important. This is like the number one thing, is having a good recruiting video and update it as you go, because you're going to improve as you go through this recruiting process. Have it 3 minutes or less. These coaches will not watch any more than that, okay? And 3 minutes, you don't need any more than that. You need to show your swings. You need to show your infielding. If you're a pitcher, you need to show, obviously, your pitches from the side, from the back. If you're a catcher, you need to show your pop times, some swings. You don't need a 5 to 10 to 12-minute video. The coaches aren't going to watch that. They're watching max 3 minutes, and some not even that, okay? So once we have that together, we have our school list, okay? Then we have our summer schedule, and then we have our video, okay? And a good video can take you 5 to 10 minutes to put together. All you need is just the documentations, whether it's in the cages, at practice, or in game, okay? And if you don't, just start with it. These phones are amazing, okay? Are amazing. You can get really good footage, and it's very simple to put on your computer, okay? If you need help with this stuff, just reach out to me. I can help you go through this process. But then you're going to want to email and contact these coaches and talking with these coaches. Email is the best way, okay? Yeah, hey, some of these coaches get a lot of emails, okay? Depends on the school, depends on the level. When I was at Ole Miss, I'd get 120, 150 a day, okay? You want to make sure you stand out with your email, and that's the subject line. You want to have a very good subject line, okay? So you reach out, you send them your video, you express your interest, make sure your email is concise. Very concise, because they're not going to read a 5-minute email that they have to take, okay, and then watch a 5 to 10-minute video. They don't have that time, guys. They have a lot going on, especially in season right now, with again all the emails. So let's recap just real quick. I know I just threw a lot at you. A large school list. That school list will dwindle as we go, because some schools are not going to be interested in you, okay, which is okay. All right, or done with recruiting, and new schools will pop up as you go, and you might expand out where you want to go geographically. That's totally fine. Continue to expand as you go. All right, so you have the schools. We're going to have a summer schedule put together so they know where you are. Okay, obviously, and then video. Make sure you have your video ready to go. Okay, and again, 3 minutes or less. Have all the good angles, good quality video. All you need is your phone, and then it takes 5 to 10 minutes to put it on your computer, okay? And then we are going to be contacting and blasting these coaches. Also, the next thing you can do is look up showcases where schools are going to be going to, okay? If you're a high academic a high academic student athlete and looking to go at high academic schools, hey, Showball and Head First, they recruit. They do a good job. Okay, they don't do the best job with the showcases, but man, from an exposure standpoint, it is outstanding. Okay, I got to give it to them from the exposures because you're going to have 50, 60, 70. Some of these showcases have 120 plus schools at it. Okay, so again, recap is school list, summer schedule, video, and then contact. You do that, you be proactive, you are going to give yourself the best chance of playing at the next level. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you have any questions or if you want any help or need any help. I'd be happy to. I'll see you in the next video.